fall of Babylon predicted. Come down, and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldean, American Caucasians, for you will no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones, and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man, I will not spare anyone. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called, the Queen of Kingdoms. I was angry with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into your hand, you showed them no mercy, upon the old, aged, have you very heavily laid your yoke. And thou said, I shall be a queen forever, so that thou did not lay these things to thy heart, neither did you remember the eventual consequence of it. Therefore hear now this, you are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children, but these two things shall come to you in a moment in one day, the loss of children, and widowhood, they shall come upon you in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For you have trusted in your wickedness, you have said, none sees me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and you have said in your heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon you, you will not know from whence it rise, and mischief shall fall upon you, you will not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon you suddenly, which you will not know. Stand now with your enchantments, and with the multitude of you sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up, and save thee from these things that shall come upon you. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants, from thy youth, they shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee.
He said, I just got this down from upstairs from the Secretary of Defense office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq, and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me. If you were Iranian, you probably believe that you were mostly already at war with the United States anyway, since we've asserted that their government needs regime change. So, and we've asked Congress to appropriate $75 million to do it, and we are supporting terrorist groups, apparently, who are infiltrating and blowing up things inside Iran. And if we're not doing it, let's put it this way, we're probably cognizant of it and encouraging it. So it's not surprising that we're moving to a point of confrontation crisis with Iran.
I'm going to guess that none of this surprises you, Professor Sachs.
Suleiman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant, Breaker 7 Seals, Crusher, the Judge. The future has arrived, brothers and sisters. The future has arrived. And I'm giving a countdown because we talk about days, not even weeks anymore. Countdown to December 20th, which is what, 4 days away? I'm going to do day-by-day countdown. So we'll see. But see, Syria is a great sign. See, that sign was given to you all because I told you about it for years. I said Syria would have to go down just before war in heaven. Someone says, well, why'd you say it recently? Right? Okay. I hear all kinds of stuff, brothers and sisters. You know? I've said a lot of things. But like I said, I'm by myself. I'm not making an excuse here. Right? And there's a lot happening. And I'm telling you, as it happened, they tell, oh, nobody knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. It says this clearly. The fifth seal says, you have to understand a little about the intricate. It says Syria has to go down. And then sixth seal, all hell breaks loose. We're going to talk about that. See, because we're on Tuesday. And Tuesday is what, the 17th? Yeah. Countdown, brothers and sisters. You know, when those movies, the bombers count down, 10, 9, 8, 7, okay. Your world, your life will be totally changed next week. Okay. King of the South. See, if you listen to these people, they don't have no idea what they're talking about. The first question ask them, have you broke the seals? Say no, then why are you talking about it? Because you don't, you have that, by definition, you have no idea what you're talking about. They say, well, Jesus broke the seals. Well, if he broke the seals, how come you still know what he's talking? You should know then if he broke the seal. Because if he broke them, then those things would happen while he was around. Because it says that those things would happen as seals being broken. But the King of the South, King of the South represents false Israel in particular, and America and Britain, Magog in general, along with the dragon. King of the North is Iran. So they say Persia in Daniel, they don't mean Iran. It's a sealed book too. It tells you seals. That means the names in there, I'm referring to someone else. When they're talking about Damascus, Syria, they're talking about America. That's not a story. Damascus, I believe, is the capital of Syria. But it says, I'm going to go into this, right? But what I want to point out to you is I was saying that all the scriptures saying the same things in different perspectives. I'm going to give you an example here. And see, if you've been studying this for a year, 2 or 3 years, you should have knew that. So that if you're truly studying, because I've talked about it often enough. I said Adam and Eve is also American Britain. I said they gave birth to Cain or false Israel. That's a fact. False Israel is Cain. And Cain he didn't slew both of them, he slew his brother Abel. Right? He slew him. And then that prompted the God to come. Think about that now. He slew his brother Abel, and then that prompted the God to show up. And then he lied, and God just cursed him. Outright cursed him. And that's not what's happening right now. Because he just slew his brother Abel. The Syria. And then God's getting ready to come and tear his ass up. Curse him. He's on the way. It'll be done by December 20th. See, you can't slow Abel. It says. Why you tell the stories? And then so God interfaced with Cain, but you see the serpent interface with, and that's all part of the story. Because with those two, right? Those two, what they did was well, but those two right, they're the ones that attack us. It says they came in, because when you something take it out of existence, and then it says, and then the serpent, because the serpent had encouraged them, the serpent would be an adversary to them, right? And that's what's going to happen. Because once Michael's angels go to war, which will be imminent, and between now and Thursday, right? They were imminent. I mean, it's imminent, right? It says, well, first of all, first you got to have the war going. I'm going to talk about that in more detail in a minute. You have to war going. First, you got to have Syria's got to go down. The Syria's coming back. See, it's not. It's taking a hit, but it's not destroyed. They try to make it. Oh, his Syria's going on. No, it's not. You see, it's going to come back very soon. But the thing is that you got a story about Cain, which falls to Israel, who slays his brother. That's what just happened. And then you got the story of Adam and Eve, who gave birth to Cain. And said they would attack us. Okay. It's in Scripture too. Right? That's what you have in Genesis, where the serpent encouraged. He had no serpent is. See, Israel explains who all these people are. There's a big riddle behind the serpent person, because even when I tell you, you get, oh man, well, whatever. Right? The serpent is one that encouraged them to do this. And so both these events happen at the same time. Right? They actually do, because they taught both of them. The serpent encouraged Eve to eat, and she, her husband, to eat Adam. At the same time, this was the thing about Cain. Because he just slew. Because America is getting ready to attack us. That's them eating an apple. You understand it? And then you got Cain just slew his brother. And that's when hell breaks loose. Now, when they take and attack us, hell's already broke loose. Because tribulation is only hours away. That's what I'm talking from what things about that, brother, sister. See, that's part of me, but I put a lot of hours to put these things together, brother, sister, and I have so much technical difficulties today and yesterday. Oh, but this show's got to go on, brother, sisters. You know, it's not a show, we just have to go. Because right now, this is the time that was really need to know. I said, God told me to shut up. Really? Right now? And notice on the broadcast, they didn't mention any of this. Nothing. Zero. Because they're desperate over there. And Farrakhan's a coward. Anyway, he's scared the same because he don't have no idea what's going on. He don't want to say the wrong thing and get busted. But he can't say it right there with me because he's a wicked, devil-loving devil. And with all his powers and everything else, you'll see that. Okay? But then you read the Adam story, he's telling the same thing. It's just a different perspective. Okay, so let's move on, brothers and sisters. Oof. I'm telling you, I don't want to sound like complaining. Mm-hmm. See here. Put it right here. Make sure my sound is right here. This thing moves on its own, bro. So the whole system's like, got AIs in there. Okay. Come on now, let me get it. Okay, I'm sure here is. Back out, man. Let's go through it slowly. See, that's, of course, that was already been done. See, because in September of 673, there was about peace and safety. It said, the scripture says that if they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction will come on them. They come on like a woman having a baby. So the pain's quicker. It takes a while, but it get more intense, I believe, as close to the baby's birth. And but what happened? A month later, just like the scripture says, or help broke loose. And war, they've been at war ever since. We're putting the dates all up to December 20th. But Jerusalem's trying to armies at that point. Okay? Because Iran and Syria has taken the Middle East. So just bear with me on that one. Okay? And like Saturday down there in black, that's the winter. See? So the Sabbath is actually September, because that's the seventh month from March. It's Sabbath. Right? Here you go. So these days have occurred already. And so it says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, we're going to talk about it in a minute. So we're leading up to that. It says it will come quick, unexpectedly, when they're not noticing, but the angel enlightens you. So I show those. So right now we're September. We're Tuesday. We're Tuesday, so what's happening here? Tuesday. At the time of the end shall the king of south push at him. King of north is Iran. King of south pushing at him. Because you can tell about he's what's what he use? Here we go. This is right. I'm gonna lose my train of thought. I should probably not done this today, brothers and sisters, because I'm really beat, but it gotta be done. So what was I saying? Okay, let me backtrack there. The king of the south, see, America, Britain, particularly follows this rule. And the king of the north, he said that at the end of time, this shall happen. And the king of the north, they try to tell you Germany somewhere else. No, that's Iran and Syria. Particularly Iran. Right? And here the king of the south is pushing at them. We see it right now. Because since they took down Syria, see, I'm going to talk about this a little more in a few minutes, but the plan, big plan. Well, I might as well talk about it now. I keep falling asleep here, but I says, ooh, I'm fighting sleep, I'm fighting, trying to get out, because the time is running out, but it has to be out there. And there's no one but myself. But, yeah, boy. I should yawn every time I yawn. I forget what I was saying. Ooh, well, we'll get through it, brothers and sisters. Well, listen, we're going to talk, like I said, we're going to detail in a minute. But I can't emphasize this enough. False Israel is the foundation, it's lie. See, they had their season, and it actually says they've been let loose for a season. Gog and Magog be let loose for a season. Look at chapter 20. For a season. Okay? Not forever, for a season. That season is over now. So during that season, like of the winter, if you was inclined towards the cold and everything else, and you was happy. It was working well for you. When spring comes, you're not happy anymore because all your money, everything's melted. So you understand that. If you can understand it, the season. So we was told to submit to that season because you couldn't change the season. And that was just personification of the season. So we could have said, if we hadn't made Adam into existence, we could have said, okay, submit to the winter. To the heart. Because the thing is, I don't know, I know you're not getting this, but because I talk about the personification of something. If you had someone with a personification of gravity, right, then you cannot fall unless that person says you can fall. Because the personification of gravity they become gravity. Right? So the personification, so the devil was personification of his deprivation. So if they weren't around, we still would have suffered, just the quality would have been different. But since they're personification, we can see them. We can feel them. See? Wasn't, they would just be hungry and famine and maybe each other's throats or whatever. But make them personification gives you one advantage. It means now you can see and you can, if you're able to, you can avoid, just keep to around them. Make personification. But the point of that matter is that if there's personification of the Holocaust, that means their strength, their power, is strongest during the Holocaust as apex. But now as they getting weaker, moving away from that, they become weaker and weaker and weaker. Mm-hmm. Because this season is changing and they can't adapt. They can't adapt. You understand? They can't adapt. So they can frustrate. Like here, they can frustrate the season coming in. I ain't gonna say good luck with that, because I don't wish good luck about anything, but say they can't do that. But they're going to see going on right now. All this talk, all this lying, everything else is in order to prevent the new world from coming in and prevent us from recognizing the new world. And to take and confuse God on the subject. Because they think God is invisible, they still think physical things sees them. That's why I try to make it pray all this type of things, right? They personification of his deprivation. And so if they personification of it, then his deprivation dies, but we no longer submit his deprivation anymore. See? So their time will come, but they just wait. Spring comes, and then they do have to fight them. Just wait. Spring comes. Every day it's spring, they get weaker, weaker, weaker. Right? That's what's happening now. So they're talking tough and everything else, but they're not going to do a goddamn thing. But see, it's seeing the South. That's what's happening now. Because you got to understand this idea. I'm going to try to explain to you again, brothers and sisters. And I'm going to give it to you in a short version. The Christian Jews hate each other with a passion. But they mutually hate us more. But they're like family. We like the neighbor. They've been at each other's throats. since Christianity came on the scene about 2,000 years ago, they've each other's throats since then. It got so bad that the so-called Dark Ages, right? There would be an attack. They had to run to the Muslims, right, for shelter. And that's summarized up until 1930s when they finally decided to just get rid of them altogether, gas them. And they was on the fast track to accomplish that. Because no one was here to stop them. I mean, they get shot if they get caught or something like that. They had to be caught. And sometimes they didn't want to catch it, but they knew what was going to happen when they did. Anyway, the point of my line is, the bottom line is that America, Britain, and Iran, but Britain and forces rule, they're going to make an Antichrist. There have been, well, I'm not going to go too far into this, like I said, but I better keep my eyes over here. So I'm going to just give you as much as I can in a short version. If I sound like I'm meandering, maybe I am. Right. And I'll make sure I maybe had a problem tomorrow. But anyway. Like I said, false Israel is the reason why it's the foundation of this whole thing. It's false because I try to explain to you, you have scripture, which is the mind. Your mind keeps changing. Every time, if you don't have the same mind in the summer that you have in the winter, because you got to act differently, you got to think differently. You got to think the same way. You're going to freeze to death or make a heat stroke. And maybe you don't understand the concept. That's your mind. And so they give you the mind you need to deal with the circumstance you're in. And that's why believers are successful and disbelievers are not. Because they don't have the mind to deal with the situation that they're in. And the situation we were in, because of energy deprivation and everything else, was the sealed Bible. And so submit to it. And so the devils. So there come a day when men will abuse and afflict you, thinking they're doing God's will, because they were doing God's will. They were doing what the sealed Bible told them to do. You can't understand that, the mathematics of it. But yeah, like I said, like that clown was talking about, we got to hold America accountable. Well, Jesus, because all these dictators, Jesus is a dictator. It's pure simple. I mean, no way how you get around it. He's a good dictator. Well, he's a dictator. And according to the Bible, he drowned billions of people, babies and everything. Was babies sinful? Everything in the flood. Hold them accountable. Isn't that mass genocide on a super scale? Or so he come back. He said he come back with no roses. He come out with a sword to tear us up. He said, I don't think I'm bringing back peace. I come to kill some people, slay them. So how is it? Where's the disconnect? They say, this is about it. But then it says, because so it's war times now. Like I said, it's wartime, and you're just caught up. You're going to see it in a minute when I'm doing this countdown. Right? So right now, you see the king of the north, the king of the south is pushing against the king because they disabled Syria, and they're trying to depart. They splitting up the country. They think that it's not going to work because she's come back roaring in a minute. Because it'd be like God's angels with Syria and Iran. So the thing is that they took out Syria, and then it says, that's chapter 5, and that's the fifth seal, be quiet in heaven. If you understand your key, you understand all that, what it means. And then, bam, let's take off. And that's what's about to happen here. But right now, at first, they be pushing, South is pushing against, they're pushing against, because that's what this whole thing is about. See, the thing is you understand what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, what's going on with the backstory. If you understand, I'm not going to go, I am a little later, and inside if I can keep myself together here. But you got Syria, you got Iraq. See, false Israel has to go through Syria, to Iraq, through them to get to Iran, or to go follow Assad, and do things like that, right? And when they come together, it's a death struggle. They make no mistakes, it's a death struggle. But they wanted to get out of Iran. That's what that first thing was said. They had, all those places, Iran was last, because Iran was the toughest not to crack. What's happening right now? See? They took down Iran, they said that, and then it's a direct confrontation now we're in. And that's what Scripture's saying. It says, the fifth seal, you have to go through Syria first, take Syria down, and then you're in confrontation with Michael and his angels. Once you do that, they attack you. They say you attack them, say they attack you. And that's just happened. And when they attack, right, false Israel is gone. You would be going too. I'll tell you, basically, throw your ass out of the Middle East and take false Israel down. See? So at the end it says the king, they're pushing at him now. Because see, by taking down Syria, that means now they got a corridor from false Israel all the way into Iran. They're not about no flyover. It's not like that there because they disabled all the military equipment and everything else. It's there. So, and they want to move on Iran because I'm not going into all the details, but it's a dichotomy here. You got false Israel, America, and the Jews. They hate each other. The Christians and the Jews, the Caucasian Christians, the Caucasian Jews, they all hate each other. They hate each other for centuries. And all they got together here now is because the threat from us. Because we come together, find we choose Abraham, they lose the PR battle. They're losing it right now. It gets back to, well, I might as well do it. It says, at the previous state court, it says they're going to pull a skirt up. So the thing is that before it, we can say God here, but see, I don't want to say it because you get understand what God is. You the God. God with personification, right? Okay? Anyway, like that was their personification in interpretation. Now the time's over, they have no power anymore. So we have a personification, right? Of the God, the personification of it. And so, let's try to know it just that quick. Come back to it. Wife told me you need to get some rest and you need to listen sometime, don't you? Oh, okay. So, false Israel, okay, we are true seed of Abraham. That's a fact. But that was hidden from us. Right? Because we was under the sealed Bible. That's the mind that was given to Adam and given to us to survive energy deprivation, that period, that season. It was negative to us, but we always turn negativity into positive. So it's negative to us because we had to be afflicted and everything else. But see, so I think mathematically, you understand affliction can be a positive thing for some people. Because when you're afflicted, that might make you improve yourself. I mean, when you go to the gym, aren't you afflicted with pain? If you're going to be a boxer, you got to do a training. You see, your self-infliction. You won't look at it that way because this language is so messed up. Because when you read the pure language, mathematical language, that stuff will just fall out. So when you speak the mathematical language, that stuff just fall out. The information is so clear. But here's, So the thing is, he said, well, we can use the opportunity to transform ourselves from angels into gods. Like I said, let us make man our likeness, our image, male and female. So that's what we chose. So personifying it, that made it even more intense, more focused. And see, because the George over here was isolated and total under total pressure from these people, total focus, which would make the process even quicker. You understand? That's the way it works. So, but that was the mind. He's going to say, well, we got to go, we get something out of this thing, but go to energy deprivation. So what can we do to benefit from the whole situation? That's the way the mathematical people think. Okay, so we go to tribulation, the personification of the tribulation. They put so much to afflict us, right? Which is putting pressure on us because their nature is diverse to ours. And so, but the thing is that that's still the seal Bible provides that, because get them to think that way, that they're superior, we're inferior, so they can, and if they're doing God's will. It's not like a person that they're doing God's will, man. You can't stop them, but they think, that's what happened here, brothers and sisters. So that's the mind. But now along come Antichrist, right? Cain, which is the son of American Britain. Okay, they was out there, they were killing them. They came very close to it in the 1930s. The Elijah Muhammad, they would really give him a lot of credit because he saved their ass. Because by stating that we true Abraham, see, was that God's will? I got to interject this, brothers. Was that God's will? See, who's God? See, because by sending false Israel, that means they will continue afflicting us. But we wanted to be afflicted. No, the angels didn't want to be afflicted because they didn't know what was going on. God told them, I know what you know now. All he told was just to submit. So that makes them Muslim. They had no idea what was going on. He said, I know what you know not. Just submit. See? And you didn't know what was going on until Suleiman came and told you. Because now at the message of the covenant's time, give you your mind, a true mind, start thinking mathematics. You see these things. But you didn't see these things before I told you. You could listen to Pharaoh, come these clowns. Okay. So when he said that, they had to consider false Israel. Because he has to have somebody counter Elijah Muhammad's claim. Because Elijah Muhammad is right, and people accepted that. That throws the whole reality in the flux. And the chaos. Because that means we choose Abraham, that means they got to bless us. Because they curse us, and we curse Israel, we curse and bless will be blessed. And so forth, so on. See? And they don't want the people to do that, so they make the preachers don't get up people that information. Because only people, especially where you got politicians, they ain't want to get elected, make people feel bad and everything else. They want to make America feel good. And the way they talk, the way they talk about things, you see, that's what they're doing. The news and everything else, the way they structure, the way they explain things. Right? So get back to the fact about false Israel came as a reaction to Elijah Muhammad's statement, which he had proof. We had evidence. They said false Israel. Remember, the day before, they was at each other's throat. Literally killing each other. Mostly Jews were on the bed in that thing. What was going on? You know who started communism? Look it up. Who came with the idea of communism? See, they were like, I don't tell you who started it. Who came with the idea? Karl Marx. He was a Jew. Understand, brothers? So there's a dilemma here, is that if they're going to be shooting Abraham, remember, they was on E. They was on their knees. Naked on their knees, right? No one, and then one day gave a prayer because there wasn't nobody listening. Naked on their knees, wait for their throat to be cut. That's the way they were in the 1930s. And then Elijah Muhammad made that announcement all of a sudden. Their asses turned to honey pots and everybody's eating the honey. Comes out. Because they had to say, no, they choose Abraham to block us from getting information. Because Elijah Muhammad, you know, his message was catching on. He was, depending how you define success, he was successful when he did. 1,000 followers. I was steadfast and secure and faithful. It seemed to be. I was one of them. Right there in Chicago. And they know the idea spread. Because when he went and talked to, when Martin Luther King went and talked to him, we got the picture, he somehow convinced him or graded him or whatever, you know, clue him in or whatever, about Abrahamic covenant. I'm pretty sure Martin Luther King had to know about it because they teach it in theological schools, but they tell you from a different angle. You understand? Because they say, well, false Israelites, they're the ones. But him stating that, so, and so, like I said, they'll set it up and say, no. And then they put Farrakhan to make sure that they're reinforced, because he's just listen to what he says. Listen to what he says. God says he's come back to kill them. He said, if the Abrahamic covenant says, if Farrakhan claims he missed it, he said the Abrahamic covenant claims it. We don't read the part about going home, we just read the vision part. But Jesus said, according to the Bible, God says he's going to come back and punish them for what they did to us. But so how does that stack up and tell us forgive them? Jesus, he get them, he said, and plus on top of that, he commands you to kick their ass twice as much as they did to yours. So he's not telling you forgive them. That's all bullshit, it's right there. But the point is, you can't get that message because they got you, diverted you, right? And although you're going out there in the street, you think you're going, you don't realize it. You're going out there in the street because they got you a sealed Bible, so you don't realize they're talking about you. And so they killed Malcolm X. Not Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. The very next day, he got promised man speech. The next day, he was dead. Because they said, don't do it. You can't wake these people up. Because they're a nation inside a nation. If you wake them up, you stir that baby, that water breaks, that baby come forth. We got a problem. We got a problem. See? Because we're giving birth to somebody that's totally against us, totally hates us. But what we did while they was in the womb. She was in the womb, right? When his boyfriend was getting beat in her stomach, she'd get high and everything else. Right? And the baby just struggling. Right? Just, come out deformed, hungry, whatever. See? And so they can't let it happen. So they said false Israel. So now, but see, false Israel problem is that they know they're being used for that purpose. And they know that the real purpose of Gog is to eradicate us, get rid of us. They're encouraged by a serpent. This all goes back to Exodus again. Not Exodus, Genesis. They've been encouraged by a serpent. Okay? And they know if we go away, they don't need false Israel anymore, so they get rid of false Israel. They go back to the fight, kill each other again. So they got to go and figure out a way to deal with this because they know they're in the process of getting rid of us right now. They know that because they know all America's secrets. That Pollard guy, right? That's when we really got mad with him. Because he revealed a lot of secrets they were supposed to know about. See, so they're backs against the wall. Because if we go, then they gonna arm whatever million they get rid of. They want to be rid of them. They say Christ kill us. See, they don't tell you everything. They know that in their Talmud, I guess they call it. There's some holy book they've written. In it, it says that Jesus, Christian Jesus, in the hell boiling his own shit. So he making it up. You can Google it, actually. So they hate these people, but they hate us more. So their families say we're against us. And so right now, see, because people become more aware, false Israel cannot be satisfied with Palestine, because that's, if you're going to read it and you believe any of it, that's not where it's supposed to go back. They're supposed to have Arabia, all the whole thing. That's what they're supposed to get. They're supposed to go back there. So now that's the process. That's the whole thing Wesley Clark was talking about. They want to take all these countries. They got to get America to do it. They can't do it alone. Because they need to take out all these countries so they can get control of the Middle East. And then they get America to take out Iran. It's even better. So they have total control of the Middle East. They have total control of the Middle East. What do you think that means? That means now, instead of them kissing the Christians' ass, Christians kissing their ass. Because they need all the fuel. And they can sell what they want to sell for. You know, they were intimidating the Saudis, sell for a certain price, but now they sell what they want to sell for. So the objective to cut the chase is to get whole Middle East. That's what that was all about. First, get this country, get this country, get this country, get this country. And finally end up with Iran, because Iran's the only one that could stole them back. It's all about us. Isn't that Farrakhan claimed God told him this? We just heard that's God tell us. Farrakhan heard him say it and they came back. Anyway, that's what's happening, brothers and sisters. Understand that. But Syria was like a linchpin, right? Because they keep Israel forces in check. You had elements in Iraq, fully dedicated Iran, right? Egypt. You got so they had destabilized countries and then take control of the world. And then once to that, then they got America and Britain and all the European countries on their knees, because Europe totally is dependent upon the oil. That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. So, because they got to have all Arabia. That's their goal. All of it. So next that before they shoot Abraham, where they got all of it. Which is not going to happen. See? So, took out Syria. That's the fifth one said. Fifth seal said that. Then sixth seal goes in action. Sixth seal goes in action. There's a shaking. That's the war. We might go after the hills, right? Part of Syria's their friend. Syria's one of the witnesses. They can move like lightning. You see? It all happens suddenly. And so, all to be prepared right now. That's the point of what I'm talking about today. Because it says, the king of the south shall push at him. And that's what you're seeing right now. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to bring all this to focus. Right? I missed a few beats, but a few minutes ago I thought I was going to just collapse for it, because I'm telling you, I really did take a 2-week break till I can't do it, because this is Hell Week, or this is Hell Week. Okay, and so I have to get this information in, so you can't say you didn't get it. There's all people that claim they was into information. They should have understood this and should be talking about it. They weren't talking about it. So you have to question. So what are they about? What's their purpose? That's when it's they'll work alone. Because this is powerful, and right now, unless you really understand it, you don't see this coming. And even if you understand it, you know the industry probably you don't understand, so you still see this coming. You might be sitting there waiting to say, oh man, let me see if it works. Then I'm going to go to snow. It worked the other way. As the Quran says, once decisions made, it's over. So this is where we at. That's what your vision right there says. King of the South is pushing that King of the North. Because all this whole thing is just setting up, this whole thing is setting up to make the attack Iran. This whole thing what's going on right now is attack Iran. Because now they see out the picture, they destroyed almost virtually all of their war-making equipment, right? Tanks and everything else. See? And so that's the belt, that's connects between the Houthis and everybody else, right? The so-called acts of resistance. But now it's gone, it's the hub. And so now, it's like the power of the Shia is broken, the power of witnesses. But it's reversed, come back. Everything they do is backfire, like I said, in the mischief, you always backfire on them. See, because that's the whole idea. The whole purpose, I'm trying to get this thing, the whole purpose we're doing right now is to move on Iran. Now, Iran, already, it's already said they're going to move on them. And that's what happened any day now. See? But the question is, was they have nuclear weapons or not? So that's another question. All this stuff's coming up, and they say, well, Iran tried to kill Charles. The point is, that's what it means. They're pushing now. That's why it says the king now should push at him. They're pushing now. And that's the biggest push at Syria. And I told you, Syria have to go first. It's Syria. Okay. Understand? So let's move on. Oops. Okay. The plan. Arabia Promised Land. See? So in other words, this is Tuesday. So what's going on right now, I'm trying to give you that mindset of what's going on. Because I'm going to give it blow by blow, but I'm saying today's Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm going to tell you what to expect on Wednesday. And Thursday, all up to last day. So this is what's behind. See, what falsehood is trying to do. The reason why they got falsehood to begin with, to keep us from us how we are. Yes, right now, that's the cornerstone of this false reality. Well, this reality, that's the cornerstone of it. It's come down to that. And if it goes, this whole reality, if it comes to the foundation, the cornerstone goes, this building becomes totally unstable. Okay? And so the thing is that, remember, false is real. Their motivation, they know they got to take hold of the Middle East because they got a time frame because they know that there was a plan to take care of us out. And if we're taken out, then they don't need them anymore. They're back at their throats. Okay, got that. Plus, right, they're there to keep us deceived. Right? So that's it. They're there to keep us deceived. Right? And the foundation's whole thing because they got everybody believing that she seed Abraham, so all the nations, everything blessing them. So they getting blessed and all that kind of stuff, right? All the nations because they're actually Satan, they're actually Cain, right? See? So you got two things going there. You're the basis, you might say, of America's wealth, to some extent, right? So the basis of our deception. And third thing, they're also the agent behind the scenes of the oil that comes here. Because they keep the region destabilized, they keep hostile influx. So, and they say, well, we need America's protection. Why? Because of maybe not because of Iran, as they say, but because it falls this way. So therefore, they got to be very careful when they say what they do. You understand? Because they control, they win, they control the Middle East. They control the oil that comes out of here. The oil, this level, the mine, 2, and third one, right? The foundation is false reality. So if something happens to false Israel, look what happens. If something happens to false Israel, they're not seeing Abraham anymore, and that shockwaves through all the Western world. Maybe Hindus don't give a damn, maybe the Buddhists don't give a damn, but all the Europeans, America's not, false Israel is not done. Right? Just Abraham. It's not their will. See, that rocks their brains, brothers and sisters. Because that's information that the brain will process. So instantly, overnight, our people come together because information is unifying for us. And once our people understand that it's true to Abraham, because it's on their brain already. It just hasn't been activated because it's still working on it, still by mind. But it's also going to have a dramatic effect on them. It's called division and hatred and war. Because now they know they're not true to Abraham. They're wicked. They curse because they've been cursing us. God hates them. And wrath, the scripture says, great wrath upon them. You understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? That's what's happening here. That's what's going on here. Basically, the other things too, basically. So they can't afford to let falsehoods go down. They got to fight it. Right? Right? The thing is, like I said, they can't afford to let it go down. And they got to make sure, well, that's my mind. You can't, it goes down, then they got to, like a trifecta. Boom, boom, boom. And we, like I said, once falsehood goes down, that means they can't be true to Abraham. That's the information the brain gets. The brain, the brain immediately says they can't choose Abraham because they know that's in it. It's just in the code. That's in the. And so then, and us, we get it. Oh man, we true to Abraham. And get it. Even the demons, we ain't. And what? See, got whole different realities there. So we come together, and they come separated and just destruct each other. You understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? That's why it's important. Israel. So therefore, like I said, they know their importance. They know that the reason their primary reason there was for us. So if they could take Arabia, they got to use America to do it. And the threat is they really threatened America. You don't see it behind it, they do. They really threaten them. Say, look, if you don't do this and everything, we're going to tell them the truth. Because we control the media and everything else, right? We control the media and everything else. So now they don't know. But the old guy also shooting over there. Won't shadow banning him anymore. Because he's hitting a lot of people already, but we make sure he don't realize it. On that note, I know they do it because occasionally I get messages from people that I'm not as my friend or anything. So how did they get it? They weren't seeing this. And I'm not worried about it, brothers and sisters. But you understand how important that is. And so that means false Israel has to push against Iran because Iran and America is only to stop it. America, because they're reluctant, right, to take over the Middle East. Because like I said, they got a good thing going. They got stuff in their bag and their backpack and everything else. Got Turkey. So they're all excited about it, but false Israel is excited. They push it, because they know they need to take it and they have a time frame. They got to do it before they take us out, which is imminent. And they got to, make sure that they can survive. And we'll go, once they take out Iran, then they're superpower in the Middle East. A whole different dynamic. You understand, brothers and sisters? So that's the plan. They got to take over the whole Middle East. And Syria was the cornerstone of that. That's the linchpin. They're still bombing everything in Syria right now. She's not going. It just seems like it. She says they will be taken out, but they're going to be the ones that going to war with mass from Muhammad's angels, and so you figure it out. You understand, brothers and sisters? That's what's happening here. The king of the south is pushing against the king of the north. And it happens. As a result of that, great war. And so that means fall through. Because once it takes Israel, it falls Israel. Wait a minute, let me say it wrong. Once false will take care of Syria, there's nothing to stop them taking false Arabia. Nothing. They got the most powerful army. Nothing to stop them taking it. What can stop is Iran. If Iran's out of the picture, they can nothing stop them taking it. And that's no problem also, because these fools, they take it. And they mess around, and you see these Arabs sitting around, y'all say, how are these Arabs? I mean, look, it's like you got a million cats and only a couple of rats, and you scared of rats? But they want to make a move. So the Michael's angels going to war. Michael's angels. But their plan is to try to get the whole thing and take down Syria, which Fish Seal says it has to go. And then, boom. It comes like a whirlwind. It's what happened, brothers and sisters. So here's Israel. You can see clearly, right? The place Palestine was, if that's true, Abraham, they're supposed to go back to Arabia, not Palestine. Here's right here. It said blue. I guess that's the red, guys, whatever. That's good. It's about the size of New Jersey. Arabia. This is what this here is what they got. That's what they after. See, because they got to prove they have vested interest in proving this seed of Abraham, because hey, they get blessings and all that kind of stuff, right? Good. Anyway, so here's Arabia. That's what they have to take. That's what the covenant says. That's our land. But if you look at the map, so Syria on here, yeah, Damascus up here up top there. Right? Damascus up here. And Iran's over here. Here's Iran. Right? So to get from false Israel, they had to go, they ain't going to Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia's not going to allow it. They say they ain't going to allow it. And they get here, and I can't, I'm not talking a lot. But here's Damascus here. You can see it. And they got to go to Iraq. See, but they neutralized most of the rest. Why want to take all the different countries? It's have a clear path to Iran. And then let America take out Iran, and then there's nothing to stop them taking all Arabia. To all that oil. And they got nuclear weapons. That's Iran. Here's Baghdad over here. It's Iraq. Here's Syria here. Euphrates. Lebanon. Also down here. So they're pushing. That's where we are right now. On Tuesday. They're pushing. Because that's the whole thing about is get ready to take out Iran. You understand? That's what day 2 is about. First took out Syria last week. Now they're pushing to take out Iran. Well, that's the next stage. So once they do that, let me talk about what will happen on Wednesday. Libya. Anyone that was pro Palestinians or whatever, right? They do whatever. Sudan. They took all these out. On that list, they took almost everybody except Iran now. It is here. Outside, look. Almost all right now, devils. See this? That's what we are right now, brothers and sisters. So this is Tuesday. Let's go back to, we can, get back to mirror. No, I can't do it mirror. No. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters. Well, I need to show you this. So, I don't know if I can get back to it this way. I have to. Yeah, hold on, brothers and sisters, do it a different way. Tomorrow, I'll show you the next day. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is right there. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, brothers and sisters. Monday, gone. Tuesday, they're pushing. That's what some of the scriptures showing. That's when, right? Mondays, Monday before that, that's seal. They killed, took out. I'm breaking the scriptures down for you, brothers and sisters. Took out Abel, right? Cain, false Israel took out. So now they're pushing against, I'm just showing you scripture, I'm using scriptures on this. Now they're pushing against the king of the north, king of the south, pushing. That's what this whole thing about it. Taking Syria out of there, they close in on them. That's what's going on right now. Tomorrow, Wednesday, what's that? Stops. Oh, we'll see. I'm showing you what's going on today. So by Thursday, right? By Friday, right? Jerusalem shot my armies. As far as Israel and it's going on in America, I'm gonna get to, I'm gonna jump the gun here, bro. We are day by day. That's where we are right now. Tuesday. So Wednesday, what will be the case Wednesday? I'm telling you ahead of time. Okay, so what's going on right now? Tuesday. Okay, and I'm gonna show you Wednesday. And Friday. If you get to Saturday and you ain't got it, you're in trouble. I'm trying to explain it in more detail. You better stand, brothers and sisters. I think I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go in. I keep saying that, but I probably won't do it. I probably start working on tomorrow for this. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to deal with Wednesday. the scripture that relates to Wednesday. Like I said, all the scriptures are speaking about the same thing, just different perspective. I showed you here. That's telling Adam and Eve's story. It's telling you about what's going on right now. Cain taking out Abel. When he took out Abel, he was cursed. Okay? That's what happened. Destroyed. Okay? So he took out Abel. And then the story will talk about how again, Adam and Eve was plotting against us to take it out, inspired by the dragon. Inspired by the serpent. How the serpent ended up attacking Adam and Eve instead of anybody. His heel would afflict your head and head, whatever you should say. So he actually war with them too. We'll start together. See? But the scriptures are telling you this. It's telling you what they're planning to do it. And I'll explain this in Genesis. They're planning on doing it they said about Adam and Eve, that Adam and Eve eating the tree. What they plan on doing, what would actually happen. It's about Cain healed his brother Abel, see, and then he was cursed. So these tell you exactly what's supposed to happen when it happened. Okay? And so those things are saying the same thing, it's just a different perspective. So that's what happened. So that's why I say Cain is still slain. That's what he just did. Still there. Still there. So there we are, brothers and sisters. There we go. So what will tomorrow bring? What scriptures will that explain? And we run out of time. They run out of time. We got plenty of time. Let me say this one thing, brothers and sisters. See, most of what I'm talking to right now is something you're going to understand later because you don't understand now. Because all of you, every one of you is still in the gravitational vortex. Unless you can go out here and take the education, and then you still, because you'll be able to do that in spades once you get into mind. So, it talks about take for a bird, teaching a client to you. You understand what that means? That means you store a house of your family, your genes. The majority of black folks on the planet right now, the ones here in America, they came from one person, Abraham. So all the people on the planet right now probably results just probably 3 or 4 or 5 people. We have the other people, they was lost. So because whatever they did, their seed carried on. Those who went to the Holocaust and submitted, their seed is still intact. Those that didn't, right, they got killed or whatever, so their seed is lost. Right? The only way you come back into resistance is you have to have the whole code there. You have to have access to the whole code. And if you, the males are gone that have that code, then, but if you have it, you make it hereafter, right? You got to still have your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, you're storing that inside yourself. And I was telling somebody the other day, and they couldn't get that. They just couldn't get it. Okay? Oh man, my father in heaven, he ain't in heaven, he's in the ground. Okay? And more immortality. Brother and sister, I want to live forever. No, you don't. You think you do. You don't want to do that. I definitely want to do it. Death is a blessing. You don't understand that, but it is. See? Because it allows you to restore, rejuvenate, come back fresh. Otherwise, if you live forever and you couldn't die, I wouldn't even want to think of that one. You understand? So you gotta understand these things. So the thing is your storehouse. So if you make it, then the generation after you will be a large portion, be your seed. And if it's your seed, it means all those that our product of your seed will have, right? Take for a bird, teach them to climb to you. That's what it's telling you. That's for those that make it. Those that lost. They don't only they only destroy themselves, they destroy their future. They destroy their doorway into the future. Because there are no four birds, they're all dead. That's a powerful point if you understand it. Okay, brothers and sisters. This America, false Israel will be taken down by next week. America will be on its knees by next week. That's when your whole life will change. Maybe sooner, but definitely change. Because they don't come in and do whatever they can to adjust, make some adjustments, but life will change. Could happen, right? You know what? It will happen between now and Friday. And so I'm going to tell you some more things tomorrow. You understand? So like I said, this right now, is they pushing the king of the south, is pushing against the king of the north. That's the whole thing said simple, Syria and everything, so you can circle Iran. Got it? Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.